Have you ever wondered what the very first war in human history looked like? Spoiler alert! It definitely wasn't thousands of soldiers charging across a battlefield. It was probably 30 very angry people arguing over a river, until somebody threw the first spear. Believe it or not, humans have been fighting each other for thousands of years. Long before castles, kings, or giant armies, ancient tribes were already going to war. But these weren't the massive battles you see in movies. Most fights involved only a few dozen people armed with wooden spears, stone axes, clubs, and whatever else looked painful enough. So, what were they fighting over? Mostly the same things people argue about today: land, food, water, animals, and sometimes because somebody stole somebody else's stuff. Imagine spending weeks hunting a herd of deer, finally finding the perfect place to live. Then another tribe walks in and says, "Nice village, we'll take it." Yeah, diplomacy wasn't exactly their strongest skill. As villages became larger, people started building wooden walls called palisades around them. Some even dug deep ditches to slow down attackers. It wasn't exactly maximum security, but it definitely beat yelling, "Please don't attack us." When enemies appeared, everyone had a job. The strongest warriors grabbed spears and clubs. Others threw rocks from behind the walls. Some watched from higher ground to warn everyone before the attack. Even children helped by carrying water, gathering extra stones, or hiding supplies. Ancient warfare wasn't just about fighting. It was about surviving together. Warriors also discovered something interesting. Looking terrifying could be almost as useful as actually fighting. They painted their faces, wore animal skins, decorated themselves with feathers, and shouted as loudly as possible. The goal was simple: convince the other tribe that attacking was a really bad idea. Think of it as the world's first psychological warfare, except with a lot more screaming. Archaeologists have discovered skeletons with broken skulls, embedded spear points, and healed injuries, proving these battles were very real. Some people survived several fights. Others were unlucky enough to lose the first one. Over time, tribes became larger, weapons became sharper, villages turned into towns, then cities. Small tribal fights slowly evolved into organized warfare with trained soldiers, military leaders, and eventually the great armies of Egypt, Greece, Rome, and countless civilizations that followed. So, how did ancient humans go to war? With simple weapons, clever defenses, a lot of courage, and probably at least one guy who confidently said, "Relax, I've got a plan," moments before everything went completely wrong. Because before humans built empires, they first had to learn how to protect the people standing beside them.